everyone, Steph the Realtor here. I'm based in the Lehigh Valley in Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, as well as southwest Florida. And a universal theme that I see in all three markets is renter frustration. That they're seeing what the rent amounts are and they're frustrated because they feel like landlords are making a lot of money off of them, that rents have doubled in the last couple of years. And I wanted to kind of talk to you about why this happened and how to think about it instead of in a negative way. So 3, 4, 5 years ago, where you could rent that 3-bedroom, 1-bath house for $1,000, $1,200 a month, that's when that property value was probably about $125,000, $150,000. That same house today is now worth $200,000 to $250,000. And if an investor is buying that property or financing that property for $200,000, $250,000, they can't rent it to you for $1,000 a month. Not only has the property taxes on that gone up because they're probably about $4,000 to $5,000 a year. They have insurance on that property probably costing them $1,000 to $1,500 a year. And then they have their financing costs as well. So that same house that used to cost $125,000, they could rent it $1,200, now costs $250,000, and they need to be getting $2,100, $2,200, maybe even $2,500 to cover their expenses, have a little bit in case there is an issue with the house they need to fix, as well as turn a little profit. So I'm also going to talk about how much profit is reasonable for a landlord. So today, if you had, say, $100,000, you could put that in the bank and make 4 to 5% on a regular savings account. So why would a landlord who invested their money into a property want to make 4 or 5% where with no risk of a tenant defaulting, not paying, with no risk of a tenant destroying their property, why wouldn't they just put that in a bank account and not offer a house for rent? Because we're also in the middle of what we would definitely consider a workforce housing shortage crisis in this area, where folks that are making the average salary generally can't afford the average rental or the average home anymore. And that's a universal problem across the country. It's not a bunch of greedy landlords. It's not a bunch of unrealistic tenants. It's just the frustration in the marketplace. And I would love to sit down with you one-on-one. How can we help you buy a house? How can we plan to help you buy a house? How can we make home ownership reality? Maybe it's something that 2 generations of your family buy the house and move in together. If it's something that you could split the cost and afford, is that a possibility? Maybe you buy a little bit bigger house so there's more room for everybody. Another option would be a lease purchase, where you're locking in the price today to buy it a year or 2 years out if a property owner is willing to do that with you. That's another option. Another great option is saving up a little bit more in order to buy, but there are some great grant programs. Sellers are giving seller assist again. We have home inspections coming back. So there's a lot of great protections for home buyers as well. So if you are frustrated with the idea of renting, how much it costs, give me a call. Let's talk about how we can make you a homeowner instead of a renter.